crisis management, editing, all that stuff. So I was like, I have those cards, so I'm gonna put them out. Put those cards out, put my book cards out, and then I had my podcast cards out. And everybody is drawn to my podcast card first, which is interesting because, as y'all may or may not know, I did that one season and I haven't gotten back into it yet. Like, I bought a mic for it and I was gonna do it, and I'm working on audiobooks right now for the books I already have out. And so the podcast, now that I know people are interested in the podcast, I'm like, okay, I need to start working on season 2. Because what I ended up saying was, it's been so long, I'm just gonna call that season 1, and then we're just gonna press forward from there. And because what I'm gonna, some of my ministry that is gonna be reaching people first and foremost, like in my local community, are gonna be through the podcast if they can't like book me for something. That, because I have people that want me to do like some mentoring type things, and if it's like we still trying to work at the time or whatever like that, the podcast is still there as a resource for people who need it right now, if that makes sense. Because that's what it's for anyway. People who are depressed, they need help, they need to hear from God, but they're too down to do that. The podcast is like all self-encompassing. You get the scriptures in the podcast. I actually read them out. I don't say go read it later. I say it in the podcast. And so I need to start doing something on that. And then I have ideas about my poetry. I had a poetry, not podcast, like an author podcast. I just like reserved the name, but I didn't know what I wanted to do with it yet. Because at first I was using it for like teaser poems, but then it's like you can't give out all your content for your book, and then I don't want like copyright on myself, right? And so I think I've decided what direction I want to go in with that, and so I'm just gonna stop worrying about trying to make it perfect, and I'm just gonna do it. Simple as that. Because it's rough out here. I'm down in the dumps with everything that's going on in the world right now, and the things that bring me the most joy are the things where I can listen to, I can read, where someone feels the same way I do. And I need to get these stories out to save lives, as I said before. So I'm gonna leave it there for right now, and then we'll talk more. Maybe later today, maybe tomorrow, but not longer than that.